Hello and welcome to the GDS Lab version 2024 tutorial 5.2.2, running an automatic saturation test. This feature automates the saturation of your sample, including B-check and consolidation, ensuring that your sample reaches the required level of saturation. Anyway, let's walk through the steps. So first, we need to confirm that the sample dimensions are correct. So in my example, I'm going to be using a height of 100 millimeters and a diameter of 50 millimeters. While we're here, make sure you select if the sample is docked or not. In my example, I won't be using the sample is docked for this. Now, we need to go to select the test in the test list. So we need to select automatic saturation. Again, like I said, this method automates the entire process of saturating your sample, checking the B-value and consolidating. So let's select that. Overall, what this test does is automate the steps of increasing the cell pressure, checking saturation with the B-value, and repeating until the sample is fully saturated. It then moves on to consolidation once the desired saturation level is achieved. So we need to first set the initial cell pressure target, which mine is already at 20 kPa, so if you have an initial cell pressure target, you can go back to the station configurations and set that yourself. But mine is already at 20, and I want to set a target at 50, so that's what I'm going to do now. Next, I need to define the cell pressure increments, and we can set the cell pressure increment to 50 kPa as well as the effective stress increment to 50 kPa as well. Then we need to specify a maximum cell pressure to prevent overpressurization. So I'm going to set this to 1000 kPa. This basically means that every time the increment goes up by 50, it will only ever reach 1000 and then it will stop. It will never go higher. That is obviously for my example only. It depends what you set yours to. So now I'm going to set the acceptable B-value saturation. Typically it would be 0.95, which indicates a 95% saturation. Also decide how long the system should try and achieve this value after each pressure increment. So in my example, I'm going to set it to 30 minutes. So we also have consolidation parameters that define when the process should consider consolidation complete. We use the criterion of less than 5 cubic millimeters of volume change in 5 minutes. Then we also have the optional axial controls. This is only relevant if you did dock your sample, and if you want to deliver a small deviator stress during the process, you can enable axial control. For example, you could put in 5 kPa over the entire test, but what this would mean is that as the sample moves, the axial control will then move with it, so it will maintain that stress. However, if you haven't got a dock sample, like in my case, I won't be docking my sample, then you can leave this option disabled. So once all of these parameters are set, you can click apply and it will save it to your test list, and then you can go ahead and start the test. Now, before we do start the test, first we should say that the initial cell pressure from everything that I've put in should increase to 50 kPa once it starts, and the system will monitor that B value for 30 minutes. And then if the B value isn't reached, the cell pressure will incrementally increase by 50 kPa. Then this process will repeat. So I'm going to start the test, and then I'm going to observe the cell pressure rise to 50 kPa, and then that will be it. So let's start the test. Okay, and as we can see, my cell pressure has risen to 50 kPa, and that's it, it's holding steady there. And then it will stay here for 30 minutes, and so on until it reaches the 95% consolidation that I'm after. Anyway, that is it. This is the end of the video. This has been running an automatic saturation test in GDS Lab 2024. Thank you.